What's up, everybody? It's Ryan Small here at Winning with Ryan on Snapchat, at Winning with Ryan on Instagram. Thank you guys for taking the time out and watching this video. If you can, look below and click subscribe for future updates on cryptocurrencies and investment opportunities in the Forex market. So recently I've been getting questions about cryptocurrencies, what cryptocurrencies I'm looking at, what cryptocurrencies I'm investing into. So today I thought I'll make a video about my top 5 cryptocurrencies that I'm currently looking at, and also some other ones that I see potential in. So don't want to take up too much of your time. So first off, I want to talk about this cryptocurrency called Monero. And before I actually go to the graphs, you should always do your own research. You know, you can use Google, type everything in, and see right here. So just like this, Monero's website is getmonero.org up here, and on the website they have this short video. Let me just play it real quick, just so it could give you guys a better idea of what this could potentially be.
Financial privacy is very important, but banks, big corporations, and even governments are having their records compromised. The undeniable conclusion is there's no safe place to conduct private transactions. Well, there wasn't one until now. Meet Manero. Monero is a secure, private, untraceable currency. With Monero, you are your own bank. Only you control and are responsible for your funds. Manero is private. This means businesses can keep their suppliers in secret, as well as citizens escape government repressions and nosy neighbors are crooks. Monero can also be selectively transparent, and you can choose who you want to see the transactions. Monero is dynamically scalable, which makes it very different from a Bitcoin. Also, the block reward will never drop below 0.3 XMR, and the nominal inflation will stay at 0.3 XMR per minute. Monero is decentralized. It has an active development community with more than 30 contributors. Take back control over your finances and start using Monero today.
Okay, yeah, so short little video. If you guys want to rewatch it, you can just come to the website and do it on your own time, and then scrolling down they have different information about Monero. Monero is secure, Monero is private, it's untraceable, and then that's pretty much it. I don't want to go too much in depth on what it is. You guys can pick which currencies, what cryptocurrencies I give you, and then whichever ones you like the most, you guys can go do your own research and invest in those. So real quick, Monero on the trading view charts. This is the weekly chart, and as you can see, price started around 2017, around cents or around $6, and it's slowly been climbing in a small uptrend. And then from here we have like a hammer pattern, hammer candlestick pattern, where I started my trend line at, and from there we got our first hit. From here we got a bullish engulfing. Price came back down with the trend line the second time, consolidated, gave us a third hit, and then from there straight bullish price action. So most recently price broke my highs at the 225 resistance. Now it's support, and I'm looking for price to potentially make some type of pullback before heading higher. And the areas that I have it landing at before going higher are my support areas and my highlighted boxes on my horizontal rays. So these are all key areas and significant areas in the market where if Monero were to make a pullback, then I would see it aligning with some of these areas. And then based off your analysis, you would just find the proper opportunity to look to take it back long. So that's what I see on Monero. Right now, I believe the high came about $3 shy of 300. So sooner or later, I expect these highs to get broken and for price to pull up towards this 325, 350 resistance area. And then from there, we should get a little bit more indication of where the market is going to go. So real quick, that's just pretty much what I'm looking at on Monero. And then if you look over here, the market cap. So what is it, 9th on the list? So it's not too bad. It's worth what? As of right now, you could buy one for $240. So I could see potential in this one for sure. All right, so let's move on to the next one. The next one, I would say Bitcoin Cash. And Bitcoin Cash is pretty much what you hear in the title. It's pretty much like the Robins to Bitcoin's Batman, to where Bitcoin Cash, I mean, Bitcoin, the actual Bitcoin is a form of digital currency, and it's probably the most popular cryptocurrency around. And Bitcoin Cash is pretty much like the payment processor that lets you exchange your online currency from Bitcoin to cash. So regardless, if people are cashing out their Bitcoins for, paper money, then in theory, Bitcoin Cash should gain in value. So real quick, you guys can come to the website, bitcoincash.org. You guys can see how much it's worth, what's important about it, why does people see potential in it. And usually when there's something as big as Bitcoin, and then you start hearing other things Bitcoin, usually like just you're trained to think that anything else called Bitcoin would be like a knockoff if it's not the actual Bitcoin. But Bitcoin Cash, like I said, is more so like its right hand man to help the instant transactions happen a lot quicker than like a PayPal type transaction, to where it'll take 2 to 3 business days. Bitcoin Cash lets you process your payments instantly sometimes. So I believe right here, transact in seconds, get confirmed in minutes. A network that runs without congestion, send money globally for pennies, easy to use, no hassles, a payment system that's proven, store of value, world's most robust blockchain technology. So yeah, Bitcoin Cash, I see a lot of potential in that. And before I move on, let's just go to the chart. So Bitcoin Cash doesn't have a a Bitcoin Cash versus US dollar. They only have like Bitcoin Cash versus Bitcoin, or like Tether or whatever, Ethereum. So real quick, you could just see Bitcoin Cash. I believe it launched around, I think this year around August. So you can see that when it launched, it started up so high and then it pulled down, and then now slowly we've been trying to break back and get towards that high. And as you can see, I have a trend line at this bottom point where price started, and then I just extended it out to this next point, and then now recently price came back down to retest this trend line. And also I drew my Fibonacci retracement from these lows up to this high. So real quick, let me just redraw it so you guys can see visually. So I took my Fibonacci retracement, and I just started it from this low right here, and then I pulled it up to the tip of this wick at this high right here. Price pulled down. We got an 88.6 retracement, and it also gave us a third trend line hit. So price could potentially, pull up, and I had my first TP around this green line area where price got rejected multiple times, here, here, and here. And then if it were to break above this, then I would look to see it retesting these highs. If not, if we could finally get a break of these highs, then I would see price pulling up around this area. But it's a little harder to say on this one because it's not Bitcoin versus US dollar. It's Bitcoin versus BTC. But just looking at the technicals, that's what I see on this chart. So, and Bitcoin Cash, I believe it's around like 1,400 for one. Bitcoin is actually like around 15,000 for one, 16,000 for one. So in theory, if Bitcoin is rising in value, Bitcoin Cash should also gain some type of value. All right, so next, let's go to one of my favorites, and it's actually something that the everyday person should have no excuses to get into because it's so cheap. So real quick, let's just go here. You guys can do your research on Ripple to see what it is. It's pretty much going to be like a new payment processor to save, the everyday person money, banks, hedge funds, all the big major corporations. And it also does a little bit of other things. But like I said, I could go on all day about these certain cryptocurrencies. I feel like you guys got to do your own research because there's so many. Like if I could, I would tell you guys to invest in all five that I've given you. But I already know, some of you guys are going to have to pick one or two. So that's why I'm saying I'm just giving you guys the five, and then you guys got to go do a little bit of extra research and see why it would be important to get into some other ones. So just scroll down the website. You can see, some information about it, how it's growing. You can see the people backing it, the big companies. You got RBC, UBS, SCB, BMO. You also got American Express. So this American Express backing lets me know that Ripple has potential to be on like major credit cards and also like through banks. So if it could get in that type of world, I can for sure see the potential growing from 25 cents to dollars easily. So right now it's around 25 cents to get in. So you literally have no excuses in not investing to Ripple. And as far as holding, I would like to see it grow above $10 for me to start selling. And even if it grows above $10, I'll probably sell a little bit. But in theory, I'm holding most of it because Ripple is something to where it's so low, but it can also get towards, $100 per XRP if everything goes right. So just like when Bitcoin in 2013 was around dollars, or like around $12, nobody really seen the potential that it can grow to. I'm not gonna say nobody, but most people just really see the potential of it growing to $17,000 so fast. So this is why this cryptocurrency is best to get in early and not be somebody to miss out. So real quick, let's go to the charts. XRP versus USD. Yeah, my computer trees. There we go. So as you can see, price started around 40 cents. Started making pull downs. Stopped here, made this low, while it also gave a double bottom support around here. And then price pulled up. I got my red horizontal ray acting as support. Price pulled up. And price came back down to retest. Pulled up. Came back down to retest. Gave us our second trend line hit. Pulled up. Came back down. Gave us our third trend line hit. Pulled up. Came back down. And now today, most recently, this is where we're at, and you can see price had pulled down to that same area without breaking below it. It just gave it a hit, and now potentially we can see price starting to pull up. So right now Ripple is at cents, and then once it starts to climb above dollars, that's when you can start seeing it start to take off. So as long as it's around these cents, I will say these are great buying opportunities. So I would try to get in as soon as possible. These things could take off at any given time. So that's my thoughts on Ripple. What is that? 3 of them? Yeah, so 4. Yeah, these aren't in order either. So just to let you guys know. The next one I would say is, Litecoin. So, you can say a lot about Litecoin, but just to make Litecoin as simple as possible, Litecoin is silver to Bitcoin's gold. So Litecoin is silver, Bitcoin is gold. It's pretty much that simple. So a few months ago, probably like 2-3 months ago, Litecoin came back down towards $30 to $40 per coin, and most recently we just got new highs. So if I can show you guys, let me delete these lines. Okay, yeah. So just like I forgot what pair it was, but around the first time, like the first time it was open, it had made those highs and then pulled down, and then it started slowly moving in that direction, and then you finally got a break of that high around 110. And that was just our most recent candlestick that last week. So it broke the highs around 110, and price came up towards around 158, 160. So now I'm looking at if price makes a pullback, where can it potentially falls in order for me to take this higher, because in overall I see this, not overall, but soon I see Litecoin hitting, around $200, $250 per coin. So right now it's at around 136. So I was saying since price broke these highs and what was once resistance is now support. So now I can see price made these highs. I can see it pulling back down to retest broken resistance, now support, which will look like this. If it holds around here, then I will look to take it longer. And even if it were to break this, I still have other areas where I could see this reversing at. So I have my zone around here where it made these highs. And then I also have my trend line around the 78.6 and the 61.8 retracement. So those are the three areas that I see it coming to. So it could come to around 110, towards $80, towards back to 50. So in theory, I would like to buy Litecoin below $100, but I mean, even if it's at $100, overall, if 2 years from now Litecoin is at $1,000, it's still a good investment. So you can't really look at it like that sometimes, unless you're trying to get in on like a Bitcoin right now, which is absurd because Bitcoin, honestly, I'm not going to say it's going to collapse, but any given time it can make a retracement of like $10,000. So you don't want to get caught at buying it at like 18,000 when you could try to get in around 10,000 is what I'm saying. So yeah, so if price came down to, let's say, here and it found support, it would try to make a move back up towards like this to break these highs now, and then slowly start to climb up towards my $200 resistance area. So Litecoin has also been around, one of the longest cryptocurrencies that have been around. I think it's been founded since around like 2000. Okay, yeah, my fault. I think I accidentally clicked out. I don't know what happened. So yeah, Litecoin, that's another one I'm pretty high on. And then what else? Oh yeah, the last one, it would be Ethereum. So Ethereum, it's kind of tricky, but just to make it simple, it's pretty much like the engine behind blockchain, and it's what fuels it. So blockchain pretty much is ran through cryptocurrency. It's like the algorithms that are founded. You can come here and just look. Yeah, so instead of, and with Ethereum, so Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin are like the top three most stable cryptocurrencies at this point. And Ethereum, like I said, if Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are rising in value, Ethereum should also be rising in value with it, because it's, like I said, it's the fuel. It's what fuels blockchain. And instead of you getting coins for Ethereum, it's more so like you make ether, and each full Ethereum would be classified as one token instead of one Bitcoin. So that's just the only difference pretty much about that. And Ethereum and Bitcoin aren't the same type of cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin is like a actual currency to where like you can buy stuff in, like, for example, and Ethereum is more so a lot bigger than just like a currency. Like, it's going to be bigger than just I can go and spend money on this with Ether. It's going to actually give you like the engine behind fueling applications and doing other things online through cryptocurrencies. So real quick, Ethereum, I believe this just made new highs also. So yeah, price came down towards, it made this spike. I wish I would have caught this spike. I would have bought this, but most people wouldn't have caught this spike. Boom, came here, drew my trend line. Price has slowly been moving upwards, came back, hit this trend line the second time, pulled up again to this Same resistance area that's been getting respected, pulled back down, gave us a third trend line hit, and finally that resistance area that's been respected once, twice, three times got broken. And then once it got broken, price came back down, rested on top of it, acted as support, and then gave us a bullish engulfing through our next take profits and made new highs around 450. And then the next two candlesticks were pretty much like retracements where price came back down to like 400. And this is where I actually just entered that again because I felt like it was a good entry. And for me, even if price pulls back down towards this 350, 300 area, you know, I'll just look at it like, yo, it's time to buy more. I'm not going to be mad that I bought it at 450 because Bitcoin was at like $8,000, and you don't know how many people I've heard were like, you know, I'm going to wait for it to make a retracement back down to 4,000 or whatever, and from 8,000 went to 10,000 to 12,000 to 15,000 to 18,000. There was no looking back. So for me, I'm not about to miss no ways off of a few $80, $100. If it does make the pullback, I know to just get in again. It's that simple. And the brokers that you guys should be looking at, one of them I use is Coinbase. So, yep, this website right here, Coinbase. Another one I use would be called Kraken. And these are where you can actually buy and hold or sell your cryptocurrencies. Coinbase is one of the most easiest, but the difference is on Coinbase, they only give you 3 cryptocurrencies you can buy, and it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin right here. So you can get access to these 3 pretty easily, but I don't like to hold all my cryptocurrencies on one platform. So it's good to open up more than just one broker because you don't know what can happen to them. Because I believe Coinbase is founded by like JP Morgan, so you know how that is. And then yeah, you got like Kraken right here. This is another one that you can use. And then the last one I would recommend for y'all to use is Bittrex. So these are the 3 type of brokers you guys can also look at. Go ahead and do your own research. I would for sure say make a Coinbase if you're in the U.S. And then between Kraken and Bittrex, it would be up to you. But I would say make one of these for sure. And then real quick, I gave you guys my top 5 cryptocurrencies that I was looking at. But there's also like 2 or 3 other ones that I'm keeping an eye on real close. So just so I can show you guys which ones that I'm talking about. On the market cap, of course, Bitcoin, yeah, we all know that's popping, but it's kind of too late if you don't have capital. So Dash is one I'm high on right now. Bitcoin Gold is one I'm looking at closely because the technicals on the chart are showing me that prices it just made its retracement, and I can see price breaking highs. So right now, Bitcoin Gold is at 250, and I can see it breaking highs towards like $600. So that's not a guarantee. That's just something I potentially could see. I got to still go do some more analysis. That's why I didn't give that right now, but it's just something I'm keeping an eye on. So Dash, Bitcoin Gold, Neo, EOS, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Those 4 are the ones that I'm also keeping an eye on. Neo, EOS, Bitcoin Gold, and Dash. And I would also tell you guys to take a look at BitConnect. So BitConnect is pretty much like a site that's going to let you guys mine your cryptocurrencies to where you guys are getting interest on them. So I don't want to talk too much about it. You guys could go look at it, but I would recommend you guys for sure look into BitConnect because it's something hand in hand to where if you're buying cryptocurrencies and you're building a nice portfolio, BitConnect could just help you, manage it and actually get other return interest on it. So hope you guys gain some type of value from this video. I'll probably do another video sometime next year to give you guys an update of what happened. If you guys have any questions, you guys can just give me a DM on Instagram. Like I said, my Instagram is @winningwithryan. Pretty simple. So yeah, probably about to hop off. And if you guys have any questions, just send me a DM. All right. Hope you guys take care. Happy holidays, and look forward for you guys to make some money soon. All right. Take care.